Happy Friday and welcome to Virgin Galactic Fridays. Well, this is the chart of Virgin Galactic and some of you are concerned, but in the end of the day, it's a fantastic opportunity for a massive turnaround. If you are appreciating the daily content, the daily live streams, and the lot of work that goes into the research, into the community, as well into the editing of all those videos, then make sure to smash that like button. This would be highly appreciated by myself. Now, I want to give you a full blueprint of today's Virgin Galactic episodes. By the way, if you're new here, smash that subscribe button because this episodes about Virgin Galactics comes every single Friday. So, first of all, we will talk about the space performance, the stock. We will look into the stock chart and make then a stock analysis of the whole trend that it's currently in. And then we are talking about the crash, guys. I think that it's very important for investors also to imply all the risks that on investment can happen. And I see a lot of people, asking what happens if an airplane or a space shuttle crashes. So we will talk about that. And then we will talk about different business lines that Virgin Galactic has in their portfolio, which is very, very interesting as well. And finally, I would like you with me together to dive into the Wall Street Journal article that just was released and gave the stock a little bit of pressure. Are you ready? So the performance of space stock is absolutely insane. Insane volatile, guys. And this is something that is absolutely fitting the profile of a high growth stock, right? There's some good news. The stock is skyrocketing and very, very big amounts in very, very short time. There's bad news and the stock goes down. So as you can see, in the last months, we were even up to 27. This was the highest that I have seen recently over the last couple of weeks, which was the 23rd of July. And we since then lost about 35%. And if you are looking into this week, we also continued the downturn and lost about 3.5% so far, or from the highest point, even 10%. Okay, so we are currently sitting in a market cap of $3.688 billion. And I believe that I personally, and I'm sharing this in my Discord, if you want to join the absolutely best community out there, check out the join button below all my videos and you can get access to my Discord chat if you go for the second tier, the real wolf, or you go for the ultimate wolf and you can have even one-on-one with me and we can chat over social media or email, and we will talk about your concerns, your ideas, your stocks, your portfolio, whatever you want to talk about. I will be sharing everything with you, and therefore I am super hyped when you will join today. Check it out and let me know. And if you're looking into this chart, you will find something if you scroll over the 3 months. I said it so many times, but I love to say it once again because if you filter all what I'm saying every single day, there's some key messages that comes over and over again. Okay, so you need to be patient. Growth stocks are very volatile. You will be heavily rewarded if you just continue to put money into those stocks every single month. And if we have those times that it goes down again, then you should be happy. If it goes up, then you should be happy too because you were right? So as you can see, we had a hell of a roller coaster ride since May. We went quite sideways for about 2 months, right? And then we had this unbelievable growth because of the new CEO and good news and development and so on. And then, we had this downturn, which, will eventually turn up again if everything goes as planned. And I'm very, very convinced with this team, with this product, it will go astronomical high, okay? So I'm super happy if you are joining. If not, make sure to use this video as information, as education or entertainment purposes only. I'm obviously not a financial advisor. You can see that we draw here in the chart of Virgin Galactic over the last couple of weeks a couple of resistant points. Well, just to make it short, the resistant lines are either where the stock can bounce off like it did here twice, or here, or here, or here, or here, or here, right? Then we have resistant lines where the stock can bounce off, right? Like here, or like here, or like maybe here. As you can see, we are just fighting with this resistance line here, because when this will be broken, technically wise, okay, just technically, we can fall down to even below 15 or around 15 here, which would be the next resistant line. And then if this is broken, then we are going maybe up to, what is it here? This would be somewhere around 10, okay, 10 levels, 11 levels. This would be the next resistance line. This would be, to be honest, super fantastic. And I would love to have this purchase prices, because then it can super quick just double your money if it goes back to 20, which it can usually, or which it usually does with some good news, okay? And then let's have further look where we are now if you zoom in the current downturn, okay? So as you can see clearly, since about the end of July, we are definitely into a downturn here, as you can see, right? It really depends how much we can go further down. As more we go down, as better for myself, because, you know, I'm just loading up over the time every month. You know, dollar averaging is the best method to buy just every month more and more stocks, and you will get the best price always over a certain period, so you can be clearly happy if the stock, you know, continues this downturn. And as you can see, it is now important to see if we can hold those levels. If not, we can further down. And if it bounce off here, maybe it then depends if it goes and exited this downturn trend here, as you can see. So it depends. It can be that we are somehow see maybe a little bit uptick, and then here a downtick, and then we go further down. This all depends on the overall market as well. As you know, the overall market is currently on all-time highs, which is very, very, let's say, good for the bulls that were in the market so far. But also it is very curious to see if we see now some outselling, right? Some profit taking. Some people say, hey, you know what, I will put my stop loss there, and if it goes further down, the stocks will be sold automatically, and so on and so forth. So nothing much really to say here. So we are definitely in the downturn trend here as of end of July. If it continues like this, this will depending on this resistant lines, just technically. Otherwise, we are waiting obviously about news. If the news are not so good, that we go definitely more down. And if the news are positive, and there is some very positive news over the next couple of months for the stock, then we can be very, very happy and can say that we won again against all these naysayers that said the stock cannot be successful. So I'm super excited for this opportunity. And as always, let me know in the comments what you think about the current situation and what you are maybe afraid of or maybe happy of. Let me know in the comments. On the 31st of October 2014, something very serious happened. The Virgin Galactic company had another power test flight, and on this test flight, the spaceship actually crashed. And I feel that there's so many out there that have, you know, this scare in them that I feel I need to address as a very mature investor, because you don't look on stocks, you know, how you love your girlfriend, right? I mean, you really need to look in both sides, the good and the bad. And obviously, this is a potential threat for an investor. What happens when there is a crash? Now, let me tell you exactly what my game plan would be in this situation. Let's say everything goes as planned, okay? We have a couple of months of customers, the stock goes to $100, $150, and then the really rare event of a crash would happen. Now this would be a horrible scenario, obviously, and the stock would tank, okay? And usually when something happens, and it happens all the time, guys, if you look into innovators or companies that work in these spaces or in every industry, there is accidents, and this can happen, okay? There's huge engineering that goes into those. You know, SpaceX had a lot of explosions. We had Boeing, we had Airbus, airplanes just, you know, failing in the air. And what happens then? Even the Teslas, you know, burning inside garages. We know that there is a lot of failure going on because in the end, we are all humans, right? But we need to evolve, and there's a certain risk that we take as investors, as entrepreneurs, as clients, as everywhere, right? So if you don't want to have any risk, even then, if you're sitting at home, you're taking a risk because, you know, your building can, in a very rare case, you know, just collapse. However, let's talk about Virgin Galactic. So what will happen? The day after or the same day, obviously the stock will tank. I would assume, you know, by 20-30%. Usually what then happens is that the next day the stock goes another, you know, 20% down. So we lose about maybe 50 or 60%, and then there will be two scenarios, okay? And I think that to 80% or to 90%, depending on the nature of the crash, the company will say, you know what, we will investigate, we will stop the operations for a couple of weeks, but then we will be back again, right? Stronger, better, and safer. And on the other side, there's this, you know, 20 or even 10% that, you know, they will say they just can't do it, right? This would be the scenario if maybe it would be in the very beginning of the company. But if they had some very successful rides, I think, you know, maybe even the, you know what, the percentage that the company would say that they will not continue is, I think, less than 5%. So now what would happen is you have a huge discount on the stock, right? Then I would put an amount that I, you know that to 95%, you know, it will gain. To 5%, I can lose it all. I will put into the stock, and the second that they will announce that they will continue operations, the stock will gain 25%, 30%. And I made 30%, you know, just like this on these cases. This happens all the time, okay? There was this big scandal with Facebook, right? The big scandal with Facebook, and the stock lost 20% in the first day, 20% in the second day, but eventually they came back to all-time high, okay? Because the continuing of the business is the most thing that everybody is striving on. And therefore, I believe that this is something that you should know when you invest into Virgin Galactic. So as you know, the main business of Virgin Galactic for now will be the travel experience into space, right? The experience that no other company offering right now. And if they offering something, it will be ridiculous expensive because it will be on those reusable rockets and just, you know, just maybe 1 or 2 persons into a rocket. So for now, we are in a kind of monopoly, but it's super important for every company out there. And we have seen this in Apple, we have seen this in Amazon, in Microsoft, right? What is the next product, guys? What is the next product on the horizon for those companies? Because products have a lifetime, right? And maybe some years we will reach the peak of the tourism that can be offered, or maybe there will be much bigger competition, or. So as you can see, it's very important to create a next generation product. And this is super interesting with Virgin Galactic that we already working on, right? And so many things, right? Let's talk about Mach 3 airplane that will bring us from London to New York in just under 2 hours. Or let's talk about all this measure equipment that can go on a flight, like in this rendering as just released by Virgin Galactic. So you can have scientists as well as the equipment side by side, and they can measure things in microgravity, which is super exciting, guys. And then you have also the White Knight 2, which is the big airplane that is carrying the spaceship 2, and therefore it's fantastic to see that this, not only by their own means, but also in the business description of Virgin Galactic, is meant to be bringing other things up into the air and flying some research stuff and so on. So as you can see, the possibilities are just getting started. But the two big things important are the space tourism section as well as the Mach 3, which will be both insane when reality very soon. When the Wall Street Journal are writing articles, everybody is listening in, because it is one of the biggest magazines that is out there that is describing some companies and businesses and stocks and so on. And the recent article about Virgin Galactic and the engineering delays is a little bit of a bearish sign, obviously because everybody is looking at it. But I feel there is more to it, okay? So first of all, you need to be smarter than the noise on Wall Street. You need to understand that engineering delays are a totally normal game in the game of engineering, okay? So ask any engineer out there, he will tell you that delays are the new normal, okay? Because timelines are flexible. You saying this will be ready by then, but then you think, wow, if we build in this feature, then we can build this feature as well. And so timelines are very much flexible. On the other hand, you also need to understand that if you are posted into the Wall Street Journal, lots of people are getting, you know, recognizing your brand, your stock, and so on. This is very good for two things. First of all, there is people out there that don't know about Virgin Galactic, right? They want to invest into space industry, but there's no big companies out there that you can invest, and Virgin Galactic could be an option. On the other side, there's also the negative people that will short sell Virgin Galactic. And once Virgin Galactic will break through milestone after milestone, we will see a huge short squeeze. So this will be fantastic for us Virgin Galactic bulls.